Okay. Yay. Thank you, Sloan. Okay. So it's always a team effort. That is for sure. My name's Jennifer Saville. We're here for our team training. And I usually tell you guys to do what I do, but please don't do this. Do not drive and try to introduce a Zoom. So all that to say, we have special guest 100 Club PMD plus Wendy Vance, who taught me everything that we are teaching you all as a team. And she was telling me about how she was doing her team training a few weeks ago and helping actively step into with her open organization, inviting to events, what that looks like, how it can look like, getting events on the calendar, and really stepping into the invitation process, because it is one of the most important things that we can get comfortable and confident in. And with the summer incentives that we've been talking about, and many of you, good grief, giving Sloan some props, already in double digits attendees for Juice Plus Live in October. We are solidly in invitation mode, which we never stop. We always want to be inviting into something for a next best yes. So whether it's a call to meet one of your friends, whether it's a local event or a big event like Juice Plus Live, in order to help ourselves get into those conversations and follow up with people. I'm having an event tonight around our Wendy Campbell Zoom, and we're going to have, I'm following up today, calling it's my connection and conviction event. We're going to connect and we're going to have drinks and have fun, but then we're going to sit and you're going to hear why I'm so convicted about what I do for my family. So anyway, Wendy, I want to pass it on to you. And Wendy and I were leaving lunch saying we had one last lunch with Jen Steffler where she's literally getting in her car and driving on her way to Indiana for her new home. But she's like, remind me what you want me to talk about. And I was like, I forget, I'm emotional. So Wendy, if you're like, Jennifer, I don't want to talk about any of that, then you do what you want to do, because everything you do is amazing. So that is it. Wendy, please take it away. Thank you so much.
Hi, everybody. I know we still have people hopping on. I know some of you I just saw at a local event that we had in Richmond with Lisa Pebble, and that was over the top. Are you all hearing me clearly? Is it okay? Jen and her family just walked out. Her kids were at our pool, and my son is riding on a lawnmower here, so hopefully it won't get too loud. But it got quieter because they all just walked out. But what a beautiful thing that we get to have these wonderful relationships, both within our team and our sidelines and upline, and these relationships of a lifetime. I like to say that I'm so privileged to be where I am, surrounded by so many amazing people. It's such a gift to me. And I know that my life is so relationship rich because I said yes to this business, and because I got so excited about not just the product and how it changes lives, but also the business itself and how it changes lives. And so building a community. And I remember one time when I was, when we were living in Florida and Virginia, traveling back and forth sometimes every month. And we ended up coming back full time about 14 years ago. And I remember thinking that I really wanted to create a community here of like-minded people around this Juice Plus business. And it was one of the best decisions that I ever made in my life. And now, our team has blossomed and grown so much, largely due to work that all of you have done, and embracing this product, this business, this mission, and sharing your heart with others. And just such powerful things can happen when we establish an event culture, and really just being willing to show up and share our story and just guide people to the resources. It's profound. And I love how Julie Herb says, this is the best health club ever. We get to be a part of the best health club ever, the best community ever. And I think that my life is so much better. My relationships are richer, and we have choices and opportunities that I never could have dreamed would happen. And so I just want to encourage you, no matter where you are in your business, if you're brand new or if you are a rising leader, we get to wake each day, facing that new day and realizing that we can choose how we show up what we get to do. And so I'm hopeful in this conversation that we have today that we can agree that the pandemic really did a lot of, it just made our event culture much more challenging, didn't it? I mean, we really kind of like decided, okay, let's take our parties to Zoom. Let's take our events to Zoom. And we did a really good job of that. But then people, but then kids had to be doing Zoom and people had to be doing Zoom for work. So it wasn't just like this fun platform that could be just for information or events. It was like people were tired. They were getting Zoomed out, right? And so I feel like this is such a great season in our world and in our business for us to recommit to an event culture and what that can do for us, not just as a person, but for our business and for our relationships. And so I'm hoping that you all will take a look at where you are in your life and think, why am I here? Why am I doing this? What do I want to create for my future? And how can I leverage events for that purpose? And so I just want you to think about that for a minute. And then I also want you to think about, who are your favorite people in life? Who are the people that you spend the most time with? Or maybe the people that you love and respect, that you look up to, that you have fun with, that you would like to spend more time with? And what would you like your life to look like in the next 6 months, year to 5 years? And who do you want to spend that time with? And I'm hoping that some special people are popping into your mind right now. And I'm hoping if you have a planner in front of you or a piece of paper or a note section on your phone, that you could jot down some of these names, because I can point to very specific people that I love spending time with, and many of them are in my team, in my business. And so I think that that's because I made an intentional decision to really step into great conversations with these people and say, hey, like, I want you to know why I'm so excited about what I'm doing. And I think you're amazing. And I think you would love this too. And so as we're talking about events, we want to think about our favorite people, right? And so if you have a calendar in front of you, I'd also like for you to look at your calendar, your month at a glance for August and September, and just see, like, do I have some events scheduled? Do I have Zoom events scheduled? Do I have any events in my home? Do I have any local events that I'm plugging into? Do I have connection calls scheduled? Do I have coffee dates, or, going for a walk with friend, or FaceTime over tea? Am I doing any of that? And so I would encourage you, if your schedule is blank with regard to those event examples that I just gave, you have the decision to change that today. You have the decision. And so one of the things that I did with my team recently was Wendy Campbell. She's so amazing. And she is really wanting to give more people access to her amazing health doc that she's been doing for decades. Only she constantly updates it, right? And she's just pours herself out. So some of the recordings that we have of her health talk are about 30 minutes. She's like going like a freight train down the tracks for about a full, almost an hour, and it's like she's just pouring out all this wisdom of all these years of experience that she has. And I just wanted people to not take that for granted, right? Wendy Campbell is a force to be like, she's incredible, and she's gifting us, and she's 71 or 72, and she's wide open, y'all. And we have the ability to utilize and leverage Wendy Campbell to help us build our business. So I said, it's fine when you share these calls that she's doing to help her, to just share with friends, one at a time, and say, hey, I really want you to experience how amazing she is. But what's even better is exactly what Jennifer's doing tonight. She's hosting a gathering all around Wendy Campbell's event. So, and we can do that whether it's a live Zoom or recorded, y'all. It doesn't have to be a live Zoom. So what I had my team do is she had a flyer that she put out with all the different times and dates that she was doing upcoming. And I had them look at that. We read through those dates and I said, which one is best for you? I would like everyone to create an event around this. And so I want to ask you what's coming up that you can plug into. It could be Wendy Campbell's Zoom. It could be one of the speakers that we have that do regular offerings that are open. It could be an event at your house. It could be you and a couple of your customers getting together and having a happy hour where you invite some friends and have great conversations. You know, it can look like whatever you want, because I will tell you that long-term relationships create long-term success. Have y'all ever heard Jeff Roberti say that? Think about it for a minute. Long-term relationships create long-term success. And oftentimes what's going to happen as you grow a team is you're going to, how many people do you need? How many different lines do you need direct to you to get to the national marketing director position? Somebody tell me, how many lines? Like this. You know what Jay Martin always says? He was like, this is how many people you want to be working with at any given time if you want to build a business. It's just a handful. Anybody can manage that. But what I want you to know is that you get to choose who that is. And so sometimes what happens as you're team building is you might have a dear friend and they join your team, but maybe they have a lot of life happen, but they introduce you to someone who is a spitfire and just wants to, you know, race to the as fast as they can to build this business. And that is what has happened in some of my lines, where it wasn't the person that I brought in or even the person that they brought in. It was somebody else under them that has been the one that's run with this. So you can choose to do local events with people who are prospects, customers, or teammates, or even sidelines. And all you need is, I mean, you can even, I started it by myself. I started it where I just filled up my kitchen table, you know, and we were having a potluck around my kitchen table. That's how I started doing events when we came back from Florida. You get to decide what it is that you want to do. And I would encourage you to do something that's going to be fun, that you're going to want to do regularly. So now in modern day, we have the ability to do all kinds of virtual things in addition to local, right? We can create local events for ourselves, but we can also plug into virtual. So I would encourage you to have at least one thing a month on your calendar that's local, at least one, and at least one Zoom a month, if not one a week, depending on how fast how fast you want to grow your business. Can y'all hear that noise? It's our smoke detector. Someone is cooking in the pantry in the toaster oven and it's going off. So hopefully it won't distract me too much. I don't think I need to run outside yet. No, it stopped. Okay. Anyway, so we want to have a plan, because if we don't have a plan, how are we going to get where we want to go? Right. So what I would like to know is who's done an event. Raise your hand. I'm going to try to look around Wendy Campbell. Anybody? Any Wendy Campbell Zoom? We got some people that it's just pictures. I'm not seeing
me.
Who said that?
Carla.
Yay, Carla. Did you already do it, or are you getting ready to have it?
I literally copied Jennifer. I'm doing the exact same thing that she's doing tonight, just at my house instead. Yeah.
Me too.
Awesome.
Night.
You too?
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah.
Awesome. Anybody else?
Yeah, I'm doing Thursday for coffee, since I'm on the West Coast. That time works for me.
That's awesome. I know one of those times was like 10 p.m. Eastern. I'm like, I don't know. That's going to be tough for most people, but I love it. That's so good. Congratulations, y'all. I mean, you're leading by example. And I'm telling you, if you do this week in, week out, and month in and month out, and here's the secret to what we do. It's all about consistency. Does that resonate with anyone? Consistency. Do you all feel like you are being consistently doing events, consistently doing connection calls, consistently plugging into conferences and boot camps? I know some of you are. It's so important. And David Beaver says that consistency creates miracles. And one of the things that I really want to cast vision for, just remember, for those of you who know me, I have 6 kids. I've homeschooled for 23 years. I have a husband that was wide open with his career, owning a business. I mean, in life, we had very busy family life with sports and theater. And, I had every excuse in the book not to do events. Really, I did. In fact, we raised 6 kids in a place where we had no family to watch them. So getting away to go to conference was not an easy thing, because once my husband went to conference, he's never missed one. So, we always had to find childcare for our kids. And when they were little, one person wasn't enough. It was 2 or 3 that we needed. And then they come back and they're like, we don't know how you do this. Like, that's real life, right? Like, we all have hard. And so we just made it a priority. So we have consistently understood the value of events. I built my business getting as many people to conference and boot camps as I possibly could. And so I've been very laser focused, very consistent, and that's why it's paid off for me. And I know that the people that are doing that on our team are having results as well. And so if you'll do for the next 3 to 5 years what most people won't do, you will have what most people will never have. And it's not like you have to be all out, 40 to 60 hours a week. That's not what we do. When you're very focused and you build your calendar around your family priority things, those big rocks, and then 2 conferences a year with a boot camp in between, and then you're peppering in local events and virtual events all within that. I mean, it's that simple. It's wash, rinse, repeat over and over and over. And the cool thing is that we get to go with our favorite people. Who doesn't want to go on a trip with amazing people and have fun and learn and grow together? It's so many people now need purpose in their life. They want meaning. They want an additional income stream. They want choices. They want options. They want time freedom. And now more than ever, aren't people more aware of their health? Like, y'all, what's our excuse? Like, it's like everything is aligned perfectly for us to achieve maximum success. The tools are there. And so I just want to encourage you, who wants to talk about some Zoom events that you're plugging into as a team that you've been invited for that has helped you to build your business? Anybody want to throw anything out there?
I mean, I think one of my hopes is yes, I want to get new people who know nothing about Juice Plus, but also the new partners. We've got several new partners on our team. And so just helping them get to come to an event like this, hear Wendy Campbell, I know it's going to help build belief in our products, and they're going to get to experience our community, which is going to help to build belief for them in our community. And I think therefore it's going to help build belief in what we get to do. So it's not always just about getting the newest person there. I mean, yes, that is absolutely the goal, but it goes beyond that in helping to build belief on your team. And then people hopefully will want to turn around and invite into that.
Absolutely. Thank you, Carla. And I know Wendy has another one on the 11th because that's my daughter's birthday. So I just would encourage you, if you haven't yet scheduled one of those, I want you to find something today and schedule it. And I want you to get on Voxer, message your upline and say, this is the virtual event that I'm going to do this month. And then I want you to pick a date and a time and decide what kind of event you want to have this month, and then schedule one every single month. Okay. August, September, October, November, December. In December, do it in the beginning of the month, or else you could also do something at the very end of the month because everybody's ready to get back on the bandwagon after the holidays, right? In November, it's generally better earlier in the month. Okay. And then when you're going to conference, you don't want to do your event too close to conference. You want to give yourself time to get to conference and get back and get settled. So you don't want to do it too close to conference. But I'm pretty certain once you come back from conference, you're going to be on fire and you're going to want to be doing events. So you want to have everything marked in your calendar so you can do that as I'm speaking. And that consistency really does make a difference. And I would encourage you to do events. I know that some people like to do salad in a jar and, smoothie parties and things like that. But if you make the food the superstar, it's probably not going to give you the results that you want. You're probably going to get some Juice Plus customers, but I want our team to be in a place where we are so on fire for this business or mission or ministry or whatever you want to call it. It can be whatever you want to call it. Doesn't matter what you call it. It's how you feel about it. We're so on fire for our business that we want to spotlight the business just as strongly as we do the product. And why is that? Why is that? Do people I'm so grateful that I asked the person that I ordered Juice Plus from, is there a business with this? It wasn't because I wanted to do a business. It's because I wanted to be a good steward of my family's finances because I knew I wanted us on all of it, right? Did I deserve to know that I could get Juice Plus at a better cost? Right? Doesn't everyone deserve to know that they can get Juice Plus at a better cost? We need to be screaming from the mountaintop how amazing this business is, because let me tell you, people are praying for answers and we have them. We have the community, we have the cause, and we have the cash. We have all of it. And we can help people create the life of their dreams and realize their goals and dreams. And we have a whole support system to help lock arms with people and do that. And the other thing is, so we want to be able to spotlight the business, our business story. And it's a story. We're not hard selling a business. We're sharing what this means to us and why. Just like Jennifer did when we had Lisa here, people are hearing, oh, this product is amazing. This is how it's made. It's innovative. It's this, it's that, it's science, this, it's that. I wanted them to see the story side of how Juice Plus radically impacted someone's life. Right. And that was so meaningful to the people there. I had so many people tell me they were so grateful to hear her product and business story. How did Juice Plus impact her life with the product, and how did it impact her life with the business? And I guarantee people are looking for answers, and they might know what you do, but they probably think what you're doing is not really what you're doing. I'm just telling you, people don't know what they don't know. They think they know what you're doing, but they don't realize how fulfilling it is, what you do, what we do, and how meaningful it is, and how we get to be in relationship with incredible people, encouraging them on their journey in life. And, where else can you get free coaching from hugely successful people by getting on the phone and connecting your friend, and you're learning as you go? What we have is amazing. And so the other thing is, when you establish consistency with events, you're going to be able to, as you're getting new partners, because you will get new partners, because if you have events where you're spotlighting what this business can do for people, people are going to be interested, and then they're going to want to do exactly what you've done. And you can say, hey, let's get you started and I can help your friends. How about we schedule something at your house next week? So have some margin in your schedule where you have some options, and you can even put like a star with a box on at like a Thursday night or a Saturday morning or whatever, that's a place where you can do an event for a new teammate. We just had somebody that went to Lisa Pepple, an 18-year-old that got her Partner Plus in 24 hours. She's on fire. Her mom's a nurse. She's so excited. Her mom's going to join her team. Like, I'm telling you, if you do this, it will work for you. And the other piece that's so critical with events is the inviting piece and the follow-up. So what I think that you all should do, and do I need to be finished in 3 minutes, Jennifer? I don't know if you can speak now, but
We usually go 1:30 to 2, but whoever needs to hop off can hop off.
Okay. Well, what I wanted to say is it might be nice for you all on your fast track chats. What I would like for you to do is tell your leader, okay, this is when I'm scheduling my events. You can send a picture of your calendar. Okay. And then I want you to say, this is the first event that I'm focusing on inviting. You're going to write a list of who you want to invite and who's going to be at the top of the list with stars all around their names. Who? What type of person? Come on. Dream team.
Dream
Yes.
team.
Dream team. Dream team is going to be at the top of the list. And you're going to be stepping into beautiful conversations. And you can even use your upline leader to help you invite to these events. Okay. That's what we do. So you can write out some highlights, some bullet points of how you want to invite. You want to invite with heart, with passion. You know, oh my goodness, I cannot wait for you to learn from Wendy Campbell, you know, and then just tell why. Like, it would mean so much to me if you could come join us. We're going to have so much fun. I really want you there. Bring your friend. I know you said your friend's in town. Bring her, you know, like you want to invite with heart, and that person needs to feel extra special. Like you have handpicked them to be there because they're so special. And then there's a follow-up process that happens before the event takes place, because you're reminding them, you know, if you said you were going to send out a resource or whatever, you're making sure they have the address, you know, all that kind of stuff. And then at the event, you're going to show up, you know, excited and stepping into good, meaningful conversations, weaving some stories, especially if it's a virtual event, you're going to weave some stories around that, right? And then it's the follow-up. Well, first you're inviting them to get started that night, right? We have the ABC, which Jennifer teaches. Here are the options you have, ABC. And I totally think you should do what I did. You should get started as a partner right away, because I know that you've already told me there's people in your life that you know need this. I can help you to help them get started, and we can do an event next week or the week after. I'd love to help you. And then the follow-up happens with all the guests that came, and then the ones that didn't come, because you're inviting them for the next one. And you're also saying, hey, can we get together? Let's go for a walk. Let's grab a cup of coffee. You know, come over, I'll make you a smoothie. It's getting them to the next yes. And that's where the magic happens. And if you do this month in and month out, there's going to be this juice plus snowball, or this train that's going to start moving down the tracks, and it couldn't stop. You couldn't stop it if you try. Not that you'd want to, but I mean, don't you want to lock arms with amazing people and just get such a fun events culture going that you're touching lives and having fun, and your paycheck is, you know, exploding? Because that can happen. It will happen. All right, I'm going to pause. I'd love to hear if anybody has a thought that they want to share or a highlight. I know some of you probably have to hop off because it's 2. Anybody?
Wendy, I'd like to highlight somebody real fast if I can.
Great.
Regarding events, and just the power of this community and events. Kiteleen on here, she's in Colorado Springs, and I have never met Kiteleen in person, but she always plugs in. She always stays connected to the Vine, and she just recently, she has a lot of life going on, and she still moved the mountains, and she went to conference, her first conference in California. And then most recently, she was so brave and knows the passion of, or the importance of these events, and is listening to her upline. And she went to the Seattle Summit by herself and had so much fun, met new people, and came home so excited. And she's excited for Atlanta, and she's planning her own salad in a jar event. So I'm just so proud of her. And she could make every excuse in the book. She doesn't. She does things even when it's hard. And I just had to highlight her today on the topic of events and making it happen.
I love that, Sloan, and I know she's following your lead, and that's just beautiful. And I will tell you, when you have fun, and if she's doing an event that she loves and enjoys, and having fun, it's going to show, you know. And I always feel like just being brave and bold with your story and being fully transparent about why you're so excited about this, and really connecting with people individually at those events is incredibly powerful. And I mean, you know, for someone to step into going to a big event like that by herself, that's just huge. It's huge. I did that in the beginning, went to a boot camp with like a newborn baby, you know, like it's incredible when people do that and you see their commitment, and it's going to have a ripple effect for sure. That's incredible. Thank you, Sloan, for sharing that. Anybody else want to share, you know, something that they're doing that they're excited about, or a way that they invite, or how they plan, or anything about reaching out to Dream Team people?
I will real quick. Tonight I have 13 people confirmed on a Monday night. And I think it's because, you know, it's what's in it for them, right? So there's connection and fun, and there's education. I was telling Wendy at lunch a little bit ago that my follow-ups today, I've been calling all my people that I personally invited. I've got a couple of teammates who also are coming with guests, but my personal people, I've called them. I'm like, I'm following up to make sure you're coming to my connection and conviction. And just kind of laughing because to your point, Wendy, people don't necessarily understand what we do. And some of my dearest friends are coming tonight, or say they are. And so I'm like, we're going to chat, we're going to mingle, we're going to have a drink, and then we're going to learn together and learn about each other. And then whoever wants to linger, we're going to do, fire pit and more. So we can get people out. I mean, 13 people, over a dozen people on a Monday night. So I think, it's partly our mindset, and I have to talk myself into it every time. So I'm not like the party person. So I don't know if I don't know. I know we have to go, but, I think maybe if any of you, I know at the leaders retreat recently, we were like, okay, this is your safe space. Like, what is holding you back, right? Do you have any mindset blockers? Mine almost every time is, I don't feel like it because I'm an introvert. And though I'm always so glad that I did, because it's so life-giving to you as the host, to you as the people. And that third party validation piece is that powerful, because we are not that powerful. So I really so appreciate Wendy Campbell doing these. And that's why I love inviting the big events, because it's just, you get to go and have fun. So it's just that inviting piece is the most important piece. If you can, grab hold of it and fall in love with it and have fun with it, it's contagious, and people, respond.
That is so true, Jennifer. And thank you for sharing that vulnerability piece. I mean, sometimes people don't want to clean their house. I know you've been doing events at a restaurant too, and people love it. They're having a blast. They're sharing stories. And, it's just, if you will just focus on this for a period of time, you see that snowball happening, and the rewards are just so multifaceted. I can't even begin to tell you. So great job. And that's people forget, you got to remind them before the day of or whatever. It just helps to say, I'm so excited to see you. I can't wait. And you've just really brought fun factor. They're going to get the great teaching from Wendy Campbell, and then you're weaving in the fun factor all around it, where people can have connections, and that's where the magic happens. So, and you're so great, Jennifer, at inviting people to get started or to that next exposure. So congratulations. I know you're going to have a wonderful time. Well, I just really appreciate y'all for having me today, and you all are incredible. We have such a special team, one culture of caring people out there changing lives. And just remember, don't minimize in your own mind what you are doing and what you are capable of doing in the future. Step into, more of who you were created to be, and just get out there and shine. And we have such great opportunities to offer to people, whether it's the product or the business. So anyway, I hope that's helpful. And I just